Hi, I'm Kendra Sebelius, author of Debunking Addiction, and I just wanted to do a quick video kind of talking about this post that I wrote about the Weiner situation that's been all over the media and discussed and written about and talked about. And just wanted to talk as an advocate how challenging it is to try to bring awareness of struggles that people go through and addictions, and at the same time having media take over stories and politicians take over stories. And I wonder about the big picture in all of this. I have a lot of concerns that I wrote about, but I also have this conflicting opinions that are going on in my head right now. On the one hand, I'm the advocate, the activist that wants to bring awareness to these topics and, talk about the stigmas that exist, talk about the myths, the truths, the research. And then on the other side, I have the human response to which, when I heard of it, I got annoyed. And that made me think about how other people are responding to hearing this. And I'm of the mindset that not all awareness is good awareness, mainly because how the media spins stories is in a sensationalized and dramatic fashion that creates readership. And so I'm not blaming Weiner himself for this particular issue. I commend anybody wanting to seek professional help for anything that they're struggling with in their life. I think that's, totally what, you want to do. That's your choice. That's great. My concern is with the responses to it. And I just, as a person who struggled with addiction, I felt so frustrated because no good awareness is actually being talked about. It's made a huge joke, and how, all these politicians are just acting, getting caught, then being shameful, and then going seeking treatment, and then we don't ever hear about and talk about it again. And I just have to wonder about the bigger picture issues. What are the consequences of these stories? How will it affect activism? And how will it actually address the issues that people struggle with? And I guess from what I am reading in the media, I don't feel it's a good representation of what people go through, especially with sexual compulsive behaviors. They are serious issues. People struggle with them. I've had people come to me and talk to me about them, and I know that they are real. They are not a joke. They're not something to be made fun of. And yet when stories of this caliber hit the media, they hit Twitter, they hit Facebook, and they hit articles, and it just made me overwhelmed with enough is enough. I just wish that people would stop utilizing addiction as the fallback for bad behavior. I honestly cannot diagnose anybody that is out there because I'm not a professional, and I don't know if Weiner has a sexual compulsive behavior, but it doesn't really matter. I am just sick and tired of the perception based on the responses to these stories that this is somewhat, a joke and just an excuse, and it's not really real. And I think it just, in the end, it really trivializes the concepts of addiction, and it actually further stigmatizes the issues, and they're talked about on late night talk shows and how funny they are. And I don't think any real good awareness is happening. I know that this is probably a controversial topic, and other people will probably disagree with me, and that is absolutely fine. I actually expect that, because actually in my head right now, I am struggling with this, but that, this, but that. What's the bigger picture? What's the implications? And I guess the questions I wanted to ask you as the reader is, what was your first initial reaction to when you heard that he was going to seek professional help? Honestly, what was your response? And then I want you to explain to me, what's the bigger picture here? Am I wrong? Is all awareness good awareness? Do you feel that it is trivializing the addictions people face? Am I totally off base? I'm currently really open to discussions on this because as an advocate and activist, I feel it's really important to see the bigger picture as well as the behaviors people have, the consequences, the reactions, the responses, and then the bigger picture and the global issues and where we need to work to better create awareness and what we need to talk about and where I kind of want to see this blog go. And so, I'd really appreciate if you could just leave a comment and tell me what your first response was, and then what you think are the bigger issues and concerns. Do you think that celebrities, politicians, and the people that hit the media and Twitter, do you feel that these stories are a good representation of what addiction is? Do you feel that they actually bring real, true awareness, or do you think it further stigmatizes the issue and doesn't actually talk about the realities that people face? And I just, I want to hear your voice because, I'm just one person, and, I keep going back and forth on this. I keep going back from annoyed to, well, maybe this is a good talking point. Maybe this is good discussion. Maybe this is a place to start about the topic, but, it's not the perfect thing, I don't really know. I don't have the answers. And I expect people to disagree with me, but maybe you're agreeing with one side of my head and not the other, And I think that's the challenge for me being an activist to, see the issues and then take a step back and consider the larger picture and where we need to work as advocates to create actual valuable, reputable information that's out there for people that struggle, for people that may not understand what these addictions are. And I just want to hear some of your thoughts, so feel free to leave a message and let me know what you think. All right, thank you.